The Mets have turned into one of the most fascinating teams and stories this year. I'll be making a bigger video on the overall topic, but this recent game I think really sums up how incredible and magical things are going right now and like why exactly it's that way. Now, it's not like the Mets have anything about their team that's monumentally great because they don't. Their offense is good, but it's not great, and same for the pitching. Edwin Diaz, the man who was baseball's best reliever a couple years ago, is nowhere near that this year. I think the point I'm trying to make is that this is a very flawed team. This isn't a juggernaut, hence the reason why it feels like some magic is involved in the first place. The Mets may have a very big payroll, but they're not necessarily the sexiest, most talented team out there, at least from a surface level standpoint. But they're definitely good. That's been proven. But this latest game really sums up how things have been going in a way I feel like fits the way this Mets team is and has been going. The Mets are in Toronto, and Bowden Francis, a guy who's been unbelievably great lately, takes the mound for the Blue Jays. Now, just to make sure you understand just how good Francis has been, in his last 6 starts leading up to this outing, Francis has put up a 1.58 ERA in 40 innings, striking out 45 hitters and walking just 4 to combat that. Opposing hitters are only hitting 112 against him. I think you get the point. He's been really good. And a couple of starts ago, Francis actually took a no-hitter into the 9th inning before a home run broke it. A leadoff home run. So this man's been on, and he takes the mound against the Mets. So with how magical things have been going with the Mets lately, did they come out swinging and crushing Bowden Francis? Did they break his stretch of really good starts? No. In fact, they did the opposite of all that. Now, like I said, the Mets don't necessarily have that great of an offense, and it really relies on the leader of the offense and the overall team, Francisco Lindor. When he doesn't hit, the Mets don't really either, and neither do they win. And on cue, the literal first pitch of the game would be popped up into right field by Francisco Lindor for the first out. So we're one pitch in, and the most important factor of the offense is already out. And as this would suggest, this was the start of something special for Bowden Francis. Another more complicated catch by the right fielder would be the second out before Mark Vientos would go down swinging. 1-2-3 first. Next inning, 3 straight pop-ups, 3 straight outs. Third inning, another fly ball out to right. The first ground ball of the game goes for a routine out to shortstop. Same with the next hitter, grounder right to Clement. 9 up, 9 down to begin the game for Francis against the Mets offense. Up comes Lindor to begin the 4th, and this time instead of a first pitch pop-up, he works a full count before popping it up. 1 out. Iglesias then hits a soft sinking liner to Vladdy at first base. Next pitch, chopper to third, 1-2-3 again. Blue Jays now have the lead, and even though it's just 1 run, Francis seems like that's all he needs. Hard hit ball to right, but right to the right fielder. 1 gone. Pete Alonso then gets hit with a pitch, so the perfect game is gone. And after JD Martinez hits a liner right at Nathan Lucas and right for the out, Francis would walk Starling Marte. But as if it couldn't get any more predictable at this point, yet another fly ball to Nathan Lucas in right field would end the inning. Now it's the 6th, and the Mets finally try something different, hitting a ball to left field. He hit it well, only for that to be caught too. Up next, Lindor, who crushes a ball for the first time this game, but right at Vladdy. 2 gone. After another hit by pitch, this time intentionally hit by the batter, another hard hit baseball gets gobbled up by the Blue Jays defensively. 6 no-hit innings for Francis. Let's go to the 7th. More fly balls to all parts of the field, all ending up in gloves. 7 no-hit innings. Meanwhile, Sean Manaea has been doing his job for the Mets on the mound, keeping this game tight, keeping the deficit at just 1, but the offense just continues to do what they've done all game. Nothing. Starling Marte, first pitch leadoff grounder right to third, 1 out. Up next, Francisco Alvarez, and he swings at the first pitch. After a harmless grounder, then comes a harmless pop-up. 2 insanely quick outs. Then Jesse Winker wouldn't get out on the first pitch, but it ended all the same. Another pop-up, end of the inning. That's 8 no-hit innings for Bowden Francis. Now remember, the last time Bowden Francis had a no-hitter into the 9th inning in Toronto, he gave up a homer to lose it to the leadoff hitter. So with the game still 1-0, up comes Francisco Lindor to the plate. Now, the Mets have, of course, been making decent contact overall against Francis in this game, and the last time Lindor came up to the plate, he absolutely annihilated a ball, but unfortunately right at Vladdy at first base. There's also been a ton of fly balls to right field. 2 of Lindor's outs have been in the direction of right field. Maybe it's best not to hit it that way at this point in the game, to try something different. But no, Lindor and the Mets decided to keep up this right field strategy. They haven't changed it the whole time, why change it now? And immediately, things looked as they did all game. Lindor takes the first pitch on the outside edge for strike one, then is way out in front of a splitter, so now already down 0-2 in the count. Nothing seems to be changing until all of a sudden, out of absolutely seemingly nowhere, Lindor takes an 0-2 fastball from Bowden Francis into right field, but in shocking fashion, it wasn't in the glove of Nathan Lucas. It was way over his head and into the stands for a game-tying, no-hit breaking home run. So just like that, Francis loses yet another no-hitter on a leadoff homer on the ninth. He's out of the game, and the Mets went to work. Next hitter up, Jose Iglesias. Hits a grounder to third, only to end up on second because of a wild throw. 4 straight pitches out of the zone, then get 2 men on with still nobody out. Brandon Nimmo then works a full count and then takes a slider for ball 4. Bases loaded, nobody out, and the Mets would go on to get 5 more runs on the board, capped off by a Francisco Alvarez 3-run bomb, and again, just like that, the Blue Jays went from 3 outs away from a no-hitter to now being down 5 runs and 3 outs away from a loss themselves. This is why I feel this game is so in character for this year's Mets team. They're not going to blow you out of the water. They're not going to outshine you with superstar after superstar, none of that. But what they will do is get that big hit, is have Francisco Lindor, the leader of the team, kick things off and set the tone for the rest of the offense to then explode, not throughout the game, but when they need it most. And that's why this team is dangerous. That's why they become dangerous over time this year, because of shit like this. I just felt it was important to talk about this game in particular because of just how fitting it is for what's currently going on with this team and what it could mean moving forward. Let me know your thoughts, and thank you for watching.